So we need to talk about Social Security because this is getting a lot of false reports. Many people are saying that President Trump just did this and just did that, and Social Security is either booming and you're going to get millions of dollars per month, or it's going to be cut. And there's really no in between. Well, I want to break this down for you. A lot of these reports that we are seeing on TikTok and over on Instagram and Facebook and even some here on YouTube, well, they're false. They are misleading the American people. So today I want to explain what's going on regarding the no taxes on Social Security income, what happened just recently there. I want to talk about the Social Security Fairness Act and how some are saying these checks could be coming in the next couple of weeks. So again, we will address that and talk about the rumors that the Social Security Administration could see a 50% reduction to its workforce. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how this could impact you and I moving forward. But all I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So let's get right down to one of the biggest questions that I've been receiving over the past several days is, did President Trump and Republicans pass a bill to eliminate taxes on Social Security income? Well, look at this. It says, did Trump get rid of taxes on tips and overtime? What to know now? Well, let's just read this. Look at this. It says House Republicans passed a budget resolution on Tuesday that gives way to President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill seeking $4.5 trillion in tax breaks and $2 trillion in spending cuts over the next 10 years. Keep in mind, House Republicans passed a budget resolution, not a bill. Look at this. It says, while the resolution has opened doors for lawmakers to act on campaign promises to end taxes on tips, overtime wages, and Social Security benefits, there is actually no policy or bill in this resolution to do so. Okay? It just opens up the doors to talk about these campaign promises. It says during Trump's presidential campaign, he promised to eliminate taxes on tips for industry workers, such as restaurant staff, delivery drivers, and gig workers. He doubled down on his proposal last month, vowing to end tax on tips for workers regardless of their occupation. It says in his campaign promise, Trump has also said he would support legislation to eliminate taxes on overtime pay, claiming that it would provide more people with the incentive to work. Okay, now, here's what you need to understand. This is just the beginning, okay? It says House Republicans, the House resolution approves Trump's basic budget framework, how and where he would like Congress to spend the money. The Senate approved a competing resolution earlier this month, and now a compromise bill needs to be worked out. That's what we know. So again, there's still a plan that yes, there could be elimination of income tax on Social Security benefits and tips and overtime income, but there is no policy in this bill. Okay? There's no policy in this resolution. That is something that will have to be worked out. The issue is it's going to be very difficult for President Trump to get no taxes on tips and overtime and Social Security included into this bill when there's going to be deficit hawks that are trying to fight against it. They want to pay down the deficit, not add to it. Because according to reports, over the next 10 years, we could see our deficit balloon by over $11 trillion. And just the no taxes on tips, that alone could actually increase our deficit by anywhere between $100 to $500 billion over the next 10 years. So again, it could be a little bit of a problem trying to get that passed. Here's the next thing. The Social Security Administration could actually cut half of its workforce. It says sources tell the prospect that a meeting called for a 50% reduction in an agency that millions rely on for benefit implementation. Okay, let's read a little bit of this. It says the acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration requested in a meeting on Tuesday that managers present him with a plan for a 50% reduction in staff, a mass firing that could affect tens of thousands of employees across the country. Now, I have on, it has been confirmed by somebody with very, in my opinion, has the proper authority, and they have said that yes, this has been discussed, is how can we reduce the Social Security Administration workforce? Because here's the issue. And I believe we have a federal funding bill that has to be passed by like March 14th. Here's the issue. The Social Security Administration has continued to ask for more funding. But what the Trump administration wants to do is, instead of providing more funding, let's just make the employees more efficient. And by making them more efficient, we don't need more funding. We actually don't need as many employees as we currently have. But the issue is, then we will see less people working. We will see less Social Security offices open, but the cost to run the Social Security Administration would come down. The only issue is we may also see delays. Look at this. It says nearly 300,000 Americans are waiting to dispute a Social Security decision. So if 300,000 Americans are waiting to dispute a decision, who are they going to go in front of? If we reduce the workforce by 50%, who are they going to dispute this to? Look at this. It says as of January, nearly 300,000 Americans are waiting decisions on their Social Security disability appeals, highlighting significant delays in the system. The average wait time for these hearings is currently 291 days, or over 9.5 months. Despite improvements from previous years, these extended wait times can result in financial strain and delayed access to essential benefits for those in need. Yeah, the Social Security Administration is so far behind. But if we eliminate 50% of the workforce and we reduce the funding going to the Social Security Administration, does this delay increase? Does it get better or does it get worse? That we don't know. But according to reports, this is something that many have been discussing for several years. Now look at this one. It says the agency speeds up the Social Security Fairness Act timeline with lump sums, benefit increases for millions of people. Okay. It says more than 3.2 million individuals stand to receive a one-time payment and higher monthly benefit checks after the Social Security Fairness Act was signed into law in January. Says the Social Security Administration just on Tuesday said it plans to expedite the processing of those payments. These payments could be coming out very soon. Look at this. It says those who are affected will get a one-time retroactive lump sum amount dating back to January 2024. This means you'll get thousands of dollars, okay, in a lump sum payment. It says those benefit increases may range from very little to more than $1,000 per month. Again, it's huge. So when are these lump sum payments to begin? Well, it says they'll begin arriving in February. Well, that's now. We have one more day. This is in a new update released on Tuesday. The Social Security Administration said it will begin issuing retroactive payments in February. Most people will receive the one-time payment by the end of March, according to the agency. It says the SSA plans to process the increase to monthly benefits starting in April. So, if you are part of that, okay? So if you are part of this, 3.2 million people that are going to get this additional money from the Social Security Administration, it could be coming out very soon. So again, just wait and see. What I can tell you right now, though, is there's going to be some pushback because many people said this bill shouldn't have passed. This bill didn't need to pass at this time simply because it was unnecessary, especially in a time when the Social Security Trust Fund is going to become insolvent within the next 10 years. So we're going to see what happens. All I can tell you right now is yes, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things happening for Social Security and Social Security recipients, but is it going to benefit you or is this going to hurt you? Well, as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, Thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.